Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fear Assembly. I'm Cole Harper, one of the creators of the Fear Assembly brand. And joining me today is Eric of Popcorn Selections, as well as Chuck the Movie Guy. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm excited to be here.
Same
Great,
here. If I'm living the dream. I'm
Yeah.
great. I'm happy to be here as well.
great. So today we're going to get into a number of different topics and debates. We're going to talk about various subgenres. We're going to talk about movies that are coming out very soon that I think will be relevant. And hopefully you come away from this episode with several recommendations of things that you can go watch either right now or in the very near future. So with that, Eric, go ahead and introduce yourself. Talk about where people can find you.
All right. I'm Eric with Popcorn Selections. You can find me everywhere: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm all over the place. Just type in Popcorn Selections and you'll see me right there.
I'm Chuck. You could find me anywhere. I mean, you could just Google me at this point. Chuck the Movie Guy. I'm everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm not good at plugging myself,
Right.
but just listen to Fear Assembly. Put your energy into this. Follow this.
Appreciate that. All right. Well, let's open up the conversation. We're going to talk about some upcoming horror films. If you're listening to this podcast, you're probably familiar with many of these, but we're going to get into our level of excitement on each. I'm going to start with a movie that might already be out by the time this podcast is live. It's called Obsession from Focus Features. So, Eric, how excited are you for Obsession?
I am super excited for Obsession. This is one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I did get a chance to see it. Of course, no spoilers, but I think everybody's going to be super, super in love with this film. They did an awesome job with it. I just can't wait for everybody to see it, man.
Same. I mean, I've seen it twice already at film festivals. I think Obsession is the truth, and I think Curry Barker brings a voice to the horror genre that the world needs to hear, because every single thing about that movie is so different than what people expect. It really subverts like what a traditional jump scare is, or what people have been used to for the last decade and a half, and it really just feels like you're watching something fresh, original, and it's psychologically it's a scary movie, but not like in the ghost type kind of way. Like, it's scary because it's fucked up, and he's very good at writing that way and adding enough comedy to it. It's a fantastic movie. I love it.
Now, as a warning, is this a good movie to have a date night for, or is this do not bring your significant other to the theater?
Listen, when
What,
I
what would you say without giving any spoilers,
It's a
Chuck?
Listen,
prime
when
date
I
movie.
saw it, I was with my wife, man, and we had a ball. So I'm saying,
Okay,
take your significant other with you. Just have a good time. Just know you're in for some freaky stuff. Like, this is great. I can't explain to you
it's
without
it
giving
is
it.
it's crazy.
It's insane, dude. Like,
Yeah.
the stuff that I want to get into it, but of course I can't. But go see it. That's all I can say is go see it.
great. All right, the next movie that comes out is from Paramount. This is a movie called Passenger, which comes out May 22nd. Chuck, what is your
I
level of excitement for this?
I think Passenger is this is just my personal thoughts. I think Passenger is the movie that nobody's seen coming. Um, I just have a feeling. Well, Andres Overdahl, he did Troll Hunter, he did The Autopsy of Jane Doe, which is one of my all-time favorites. Like, dude knows horror. He knows creepy. We haven't had a real good. I was thinking about this the other day. We haven't had a good hitchhiker movie since like the Hitcher with Rucker Hauer. That was like 1986.
Hmm.
Um, but just the setup, the marketing for it, like, it just has a creep. It feels mean. Like, if like there's something about it that just feels very sinister to me. And it's getting it's starting to pick up a lot of hype, but I don't know. There's just something about it. Like, I don't know. I think it's the one that, because you Backrooms, Obsession, all these huge things are coming out with all this marketing, and I don't know. I think and Passengers kind of just being quiet, kind of sitting in the middle of them, and I think it's going to be the one that people are really going to talk about. I'm extremely hyped for Passenger.
Yeah,
Eric, how about you?
yeah, I definitely agree. My first time encountering this film, I was in a movie theater and the preview just kind of came out of nowhere. I had no idea what it was,
Yep.
hadn't heard of it before. And immediately I remember rushing home and trying to type it up on the internet, and you couldn't find the trailer anywhere. So it's like they put it in theaters and then they didn't drop the trailer until later. So I was just like, man, what was the name of that movie? What was it? I was asking my wife and she was like, babe, I don't know. So I'm excited for this one. I definitely think it's going to be good. I am a little nervous because sometimes when the trailers are super, super good, they get everybody, hyping and throwing. Sometimes it could end up disappointing you on the back end. So I'm just hoping that that's not the case, but I'm definitely excited. This is one of my ones I really can't wait for.
I thought it was cool too how they did that. They just, shadow dropped it in front. I forget what movie it was in front of, but they just shadow dropped that trailer.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Andres a couple of days ago, maybe like a week ago, and whenever they did that, somebody obviously recorded it in a theater, which I don't recommend anybody ever do that in a movie theater. It's poor etiquette. But they knew that was going to happen, you know what I mean? And that thing, that bootlegged trailer did hundreds of millions of views because people were already trying to figure it out. So I was like, this is going to be good because they know what they're doing. That made me feel a little more confident about it. Oh, here you go. I was like, yeah, I'm all in on Passenger.
And is this the kind of film that you kind of are excited about going in blind in terms of what is the plot, what is the premise going to, start to unveil, and you want to be one of the first to see it before somebody else spoils it, or what is your view on this kind of film?
I do think it's one of those movies. I think if you wait till Sunday, you're going through treacherous waters on the internet, especially because now they're starting to drop this, the campaign. Now they're starting to drop these cryptic videos, and the one I broke it down for what they put in it. All the signs that are going down the side of the road with the distortion in the photos that they show you, all reveal a message, which I won't reveal if you want to take your 4 hours to figure it out like I did. But it's so fucking cool the way that they're doing it. So yes, something is going to happen in that movie that somebody, I mean, they're going to ruin it as soon as, people that will leave the middle of the theater just to make a video and ruin some shit. So, which sucks. But yeah, I think it's one of them for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. Well, Chuck, you mentioned another film that's going to have a lot of marketing and already has a lot of hype. This is Backrooms from A24, which comes out the week following Passenger. So May 29th, this hits theaters here in the United States. So what are your thoughts on this film?
My hype level has completely changed on the Backrooms. Initially, because I'm a big fan of Kane Parsons, I'm a fan of the YouTube series, of the Backrooms and the lore behind it. And the less they showed me, the more excited I was. And now the more that they showed me, I was less excited. But the thing that really got me really bugged out, because I pay attention to these things, they had a premiere a week and a half ago out in LA. And there's not one review online because they swore them to secrecy. So the fact that they're not even letting people give their instant out of theater thoughts is a huge, huge red flag for me. Because if they have something good to say about it, you're going to let them say something or record some kind of video. I don't know why you would make it's 3 weeks before release and you're not going to you're encouraging them to say nothing. Right. I mean, they did that with Scream 7. You know what I mean? That's where my mind automatically goes. I'm going to go see it, but I'm treading lightly into the Backrooms.
Yeah.
Right.
I kind of feel the same way. This is one of those movies where I know nothing about the Backrooms and the lore. I'm actually starting a series where I go and do research about the Backrooms because I wanted to be excited for this film. When I saw the trailer initially, I'm just like, okay, so he walks inside of this alternate universe or whatever you want to call it, and it's just a empty room or a room with a chair that's upside down or all this shit. What is this? I knew nothing about the Backrooms, so it's kind of hard for me to get excited about it. So what I did was I started doing a lot of research on the back end, and I started a series. Hey, this is everything I learned about the Backrooms ahead of the movie. So just trying to hype myself up for it because I kind of feel left out, if I'm being honest with you. It's I see a bunch of videos online where people are talking about, oh, do you remember this from this old Backrooms video? Do you remember this? And I'm like, no, I don't. I have no clue what you guys are talking about. So I'm kind of trying to hype myself up because I want to be a part of it. I want to enjoy. I want to be excited about this film. But as it stands right now, I'm just not. I don't know much about it.
I'm pretty excited about it. I did not see many of the original YouTube videos for it. I've seen a lot of the clips. and did read a lot of the forums and the hype that the existing fans have for it. And the joke in those forums is, the target audience is not old enough, to go buy tickets on their own and go see this as an R-rated film. But it does have a lot of big names in it. It's got Mark Duplass in it as well. Again, no one knows exactly what the storylines are going to be for each of these characters, but I think this will, probably surprise some people. And A24 knows how to market these types of movies really well, right? It's the same group that brought us Hereditary, brought us Bring Her Back, brought us, a lot of really, really great movies. Talk to Me, which was the original film from the Bring Her Back filmmaker. But I think Backrooms is going to be fine, and I'm just intrigued to see how they position it in this glut of horror films that are coming out. And so a week following is going to be Scary Movie 6, very, very different horror film, right? More for comedy fans and people that are going to get in on the inside jokes. And this one is also from Paramount, coming out June 5th. So Eric, I'll start with you on Scary Movie 6.
Listen, this movie is my childhood. Like, I grew up watching the Scary Movie films. I'm so happy that the Wayans brothers are back and they're bringing back the original cast members. I want this film to ruffle some feathers. I want people to, to laugh, get off, stop being uptight, just laugh, enjoy, have fun. That's what I'm looking forward to with this film. And just from the trailers, it looks like that's exactly what they plan to do. Nothing's off limit. Nothing's above being, joked about. And I'm cool with that. I'm fine with it. I need to laugh. You know what I mean?
We all do, yeah. And it's been 13 years since Scary Movie 5. I couldn't believe it because I feel like this whole franchise is still kind of relevant today. It's still something you can just put on pretty much any time, right, for people, whether they have a sense of what movies they're referencing and parroting or not. It's still just kind of funny on its own. So, Chuck, is this the kind of movie that you also like, or do you have different feelings about Scary Movie in the franchise?
Well, much like Eric, I grew up on Scary Movie, but even prior to Scary Movie, I grew up on the Wayans brothers. For all the way, even before In Living Color, all the way back to, Robert Townsend and days of Hollywood Shuffle and the Wayans as being incorporated into their journey. And I want this movie to be a massive success because of how screwed over they got, and then they got it back. So I'm a champion for it, but I'm worried about it. And I'm worried about it in the way I really hope they push the envelope, but I think they're showing a lot. There's just a lot coming out in the trailers, and they're showing a lot. So I hope they have a ace up their sleeve. And I'm completely wrong, but is it going to get my money, and am I going to go see it the day it comes out? Absolutely, because it is very important that people support it to not only get another one, but to just return the glory to the people that owned it, because they tried to take it from them. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's fair. So out of maybe it's probably the most important one out of anything on this list of it's imperative for it to be a success. Yeah.
And I love that most of the original cast is coming back for it, right? Sometimes in these franchises, it's just impossible to keep the band together, right? But they're rallying behind it, and I think it is going to be a success. And I think it's totally the type of movie, like you said, Chuck, where people are going to want to see it in a communal space, right? It's been so long since there was a huge comedy moment, right, in theaters, right? And we're not talking about stand-up comedy or anything like that, an actual comedy film where people are just laughing and just letting loose, letting their guard down, putting politics and all the other noise aside. And this could be one.
Probably like The Hangover. I think that's the last big generational comedy movie that came in. That's a while ago.
Yeah. That is a while ago.
And I think that
shifting back into the horror realm, next on the list is Disclosure Day, which is coming out from Universal. That's June 12th. Obviously, this is Steven Spielberg's sci-fi epic. There's been a number of trailers that have dropped. There's been a lot of very interesting press about this movie, especially with Spielberg standing in front of his film colleagues and saying, hey, there's more truth than fiction in this. And now everybody's kind of wondering, with all the UFO files dropping and all these other conspiracy theories around aliens and UAPs and all these various acronyms that some of us know and some just try to avoid. But this is going to be a big moment, for the film industry, and for not just horror, but sci-fi. And this is one, if it works, it's going to be great. And I think it's going to open up a lot of conversations. If it doesn't work, it's going to be compared to, prior, films of this ilk. I don't want to name names, but I am hoping that this is going to be worth my money, because I'm absolutely going to go see this in theaters. Eric, how about you?
Oh, most definitely. I'd definitely be there. I love a good alien flick. The last big one I remember going to see was like War of the Worlds, which was, a really good movie in my opinion. There's like a wonder or an amazement that's always there for alien flicks for me. Like when that moment when they reveal the mothership and, those type of movies. I like it. I enjoy it. And with the trailer on this one, even though they're kind of showing you, of course, it's an alien movie, but they're not giving away too much, which adds to the mystery for me. So it's kind of like drawing me in. So when it drops day one, I'm definitely going to be there. I can't wait to check it out. I'm super excited for it.
So I mean, listen, we were at South by Southwest. Like that was the week they dropped that first teaser trailer. But like the announcement of Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day was enough for me. Like I didn't need to see. I don't even care. Like I'll day one. I'm in. But then I watched that first teaser that they dropped, and I haven't watched any of the new ones since. Because I don't want to know, you know what I mean? Like I want that sense of wonder. Like I want to be surprised. But I have talked to some people, or I've heard a couple little birdies, flying around that I may or may not talk to. Don't quote me on that, but I've heard terms like vintage Spielberg. He's back. I've heard very, very, very strong things from people on the inside of how confident they are in and how good this movie is. Yeah, I mean, I'm in. Yeah, like I'm a million times in, because I'm the same. I love, all the way back to Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's one of my all-time favorites, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers to Fire in the Sky. Like, I'm give me an alien. I'm all in. Yep. Sold.
So, bonus question for you both: would you consider the alien-related content scary, or is it just more interesting and you lean more to sci-fi?
Fire in the Sky and The Fourth Kind are scarier than 90% of the horror movies that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if you guys remember, there was one called The Forgotten that came out years ago, and that one scene when the lady gets snatched up into the sky just out of the blue terrified me as a kid. So alien movies, sci-fi movies definitely have scary elements to them. They can be scary if done right. So yeah.
But there's such a lore around like UFOs, and like you just said, they're putting these files out now from the government. Like, but even growing up as a kid, no matter where you grew up, what background, where you're from, like UFOs and aliens has always been like a thing. Yeah. Like, are they real or are they not real? So like, it's already has a mystique behind it. Like, I already know that like Art the Clown is not fucking real. You know what I mean? Like, but like, could there be a mothership above my house at this point in time right now? I mean, it's 50-50 in my book. I don't know,
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, getting away from all the sci-fi stuff, let's talk about Leviticus. This is coming out from Neon on June 19th. Eric, let's start with you.
This one is bold. I saw the trailer for this one, and it gave me It Follows vibes, man. Like, I definitely I'm intrigued by this one. It was something about, wanting to go after the one that you love, your significant other, but not being able to because it's potentially dangerous now. Without giving away too much, the trailer kind of reveals some things. If you get close to the individual, something could happen to you. I think it's a bold story, man. I'm looking forward to it.
I've seen Leviticus twice.
Wow.
And I think that Leviticus is a modern masterpiece of horror and a story that needs to be told. The first time I walked out of the theater from Leviticus, it is scary. It made me cry. It it evoked visceral emotions from me like nothing I had seen in a very long time, and it's going to get tons of It Follows comparisons because it does have similarities to that until it doesn't. So it almost uses that like as a comfortability to set you up without like giving out too much of it. But it's a horror flag that the queer community can carry for the rest of their lives because they finally have their thing. You know what I mean? Like because it's that big, and the representation is phenomenal, and the performances are phenomenal. And for it being a first time directorial debut, I mean it's a home run in my book. And the thing about it is the second time I seen it, I liked it even more because there's so much in it. Like there's like it feel, you know, you could just say, oh, this feels like It Follows, but like when you break it down and like how they actually took the book of Leviticus and like flipped it on its head to like use that writing against itself, like it's so brilliant. And it's another one on this list, like, you know, scary movie. Like it's not just a horror film, it's an important film in general because it could launch a lot of general access for, you know, the genre and champion and, you know, queer filmmakers. And I think it's important. And on top of that, they doubled down because it's really fucking good.
That's cool.
So tell the audience that is not as familiar with Leviticus, what is the spoiler-free premise of this movie?
Leviticus is about two young men that are friends that end up having interest in one another, and their secret gets let out. And one of the kids' parents push him to this like witch doctor to go through like this forced conversion therapy. And that's where I'll leave you. Because that evokes this thing that comes out that takes the thing that anybody in the world loves the most or desires and turns it against you. And it gets like pretty fucking biblical. Like it's a deep flick, man. Yeah, I was really, really impressed with it. Yeah, it's definitely top 5 of the year for me. No quay, it won't move.
Yeah, this was one that was on my other company's list of target acquisitions at Utopia, and by the time we called the sales agents, they said, "Sorry, Neon already is closed the deal. You know, you guys are late to the, you know, the party this time." So I'm excited to see what Neon does with this because when, you know, just like we see now with Hokum and many other of the great horror films that Neon has put out, when they are doing a summer release like this, again, it's June 19th. Usually they're going pretty big. They're trying to make a statement, not just to the community in terms of box office, but with theatrical partners, with their streaming output partners, which right now, as we speak, it is Hulu is Neon's output partner. So I'm really excited to see what they do with this. And there haven't been a lot of marketing assets and trailers and things floating around for this yet, at least none that I've seen. But I'm sure that is coming soon, especially as these other movies have their moment. Next on our list is Evil Dead Burn. This is from Warner Brothers. This is one I know has a ton of hype. I think everybody that is listening to this has probably seen all of the Evil Dead movies in the franchise. But is the hype real? Like, what are your thoughts?
Go ahead, Eric.
Okay, all right. Look, the hype is definitely real on this one. The first trailer that dropped, when they had that family just getting completely decimated in their own house, stuff was levitating, people getting thrown clear across the room, I already knew this one was going to be real. So I'm amped for this one. I can't wait. The second trailer was even better with those, I don't know what you call them, running across the roof. The girl comes in with the head rust going through her jaw. This one is going to be something serious. If you like the first Evil Dead films, I think you're gonna love this one. I think we're in for a treat. I personally can't wait.
I don't think there's any universe in the world that Evil Dead Burn is a bad movie.
Right.
I mean, like, I think that I think Evil Dead is the most consistent franchise in horror history. Like even ones you don't like, they're not bad movies. You just like the other ones way more. There's a shot in that first trailer where the woman she gets like thrown up against this mantle in this mirror. And it's so viscerally like mean, like it just feels mean and impactful. And like Oh, I need it now. Like it's my anticipation for this is so. And Sebastian Vandercheck. I mean, I loved Infested. I thought Infested was so, you know, just those tight hallway shots with the spiders and like the knows how to use a camera and create tension, and then you give them all this lore. And I mean, come on, the clipped off fingers in the car door. You know what I mean? Like I was like, listen, it's going to be a gnarly. I hope it's every bit of gnarly that I think it's going to be, and I think it's going to be. Yeah, all in. And it's the day before my birthday. It's like the best birthday gift ever. I can't fucking wait. Yeah.
All right. Now, were you a fan of Evil Dead Rise, or are you one that considers that like one of the weaker installments in the franchise?
It's my least favorite of the franchise, personally. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, and that was one I loved the trailer for Evil Dead Rise. The movie itself, I did go to see that in the theaters, and was a little bit let down in terms of like the intensity and the scares. So I'm really hoping with this one, it looks like the intensity is going to be at 12 out of 10.
Yeah.
So, for people that like that and, want to have a little bit of anxiety with their horror, I think this is definitely going to check that box. I'm intrigued to see what they do with the storyline and if they make this too cookie cutter or if they leave it a little bit open ended, as they bring in some of the final installments here for the franchise before they, invariably reboot it down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Next on the list, this is going to be an interesting release because this is through Iconic Releasing from Eli Roth, who wrote and directed Ice Cream Man. This comes to theaters on August 7th. And by eventized release, what we're talking about is it could be one night only, it could be one weekend only, who knows? But it's going to be an exclusive moment for a lot of people to go and experience this in a theater together. So, Chuck, I'll start with you on this one. How excited are you for Ice Cream Man from Eli Roth?
Listen, you're not ready. That's what I'm telling the world right now that's listening. Okay. You are not ready for this movie. Nobody is, because you can watch the trailer, you could see the kids. But until you see it and know what's going to happen, I'm telling you, like they're when they say that they're releasing this thing unrated into theaters, they're dropping a bomb because it is The Birds. It's Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds with kids. Like just let that sit in your head. It's The Birds with kids with the guy that made Hostel 1 and 2 and Cabin Fever. You do the math. I've seen enough that I'm very excited for it, and this is the 2026 version of Terrifier 2. Mm-hmm. Like there's shit in this movie that people like. They talk about that bedroom scene for people are going to talk about it for the rest of their life. I guarantee you there's things in this movie that people are going to talk about for the rest of their lives.
Well, and Iconic was the one that partnered and made Terrifier part of the success that it was theatrically. It was very dangerous for a lot of distributors to touch. Right. So the filmmakers partnered with Iconic and they brought it to screen and made almost $100 million. So, hopefully this has similar success. We'll see. What about you, Eric? What do you think about Ice Cream Man?
Yeah, initially I didn't know much about this one. I checked the trailer out pretty recently. Anything that has creepy kids in it doing anything is going to creep me out. So I'm there. I'm seated for it. I'm ready for whatever ride or journey this film is ready to take me on. From Chuck's explanation of it, I'm nervous, but I'm ready. Like Ice Cream Man. Okay, I'm here for it, man.
All right. Well, this comes out August 7th. Okay. And a few weeks following, on August 21st, we have Insidious 6, which is called Out of the Further. This comes from Sony. I'll speak to just the first one in the franchise that I think most of our listeners have seen. Truly terrifying stuff. And now, tying it full circle with a lot of these Pentagon files and the aliens, it's like you have people that are able to just close their eyes and kind of go to these different spaces. And so Insidious really plays with that mindset. And as the trailer shows us, this is not a reveal. I've not seen this movie, but, they talk about, hey, wherever you just went in your head, you brought these demons back into our world. Right. Mm-hmm. And so now it's kind of like they're breaking down, these barriers that previously were safe for these characters. So I'm also very interested to see what they do with the storyline and how far they extend from the original content into this most recent installment. So, Chuck, what are your thoughts on Out of the Further?
This is so funny for me because I was so out. I've just been out on Insidious, period. You know what I mean? And I seen the trailer and they pulled me back in because I'm going to go see it. You know what I mean? I don't, that Red Door one was so bad, man. It was just just please stop this forever. And I didn't even think I would get to the point that it would look entertaining to me because it's more of the same with a little bit of a different story. But they did enough that I'm intrigued, man. Maybe they can, revitalize the franchise. James Wan has apparently had a lot to do with this one. From a advice standpoint, that makes me feel really good. Because the best ones he had the most involvement with. So yeah, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic that it's at least at minimum just decent.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, do you have higher hopes?
I definitely do. Insidious is one of those franchises where I'm kind of locked in. It's like a guy who knows his football team sucks, but he rides with them regardless. So it's just like one of those things, man. I'm there no matter what. If they put one out, I'm going to see it. I'm just kind of ride or die when it comes to Insidious. I'm that way. But the trailer kind of got me super excited. The trailer got me excited, man.
I'm just thinking about which football team we're talking about. Is this the Raiders?
The Cleveland
Is this the
Browns?
Jaguars? What are we talking
Listen,
about?
man, I'm a unfortunate Commanders fan for life, so I
man.
know
All right.
difficulty, I know struggle. But back to Insidious, there's a scene in the trailer where her daughter must have built some type of fort, and she goes inside of it, and it's much larger than what it's supposed to be. That kind of grabbed my attention a lot. That made me, kind of made me interested into going in to see this film. So I'm excited. Like I said, I was going to see it anyway, even if it was bad. But the trailer kind of, it piqued my interest. So I'll definitely be there to see this one.
I will as well. And the next
that.
one on the list is one that I'm personally excited about. Many of our listeners have probably not heard of this one yet. It's called Colony, and it's from Yan Sung-ho of the Train to Busan film lore. And so he's made another Korean zombie film that I think is going to be one that people are going to go and see once this comes out and starts to have the hype machine start. So again, this comes out on August 28th, near the end of the summer from Wellgo USA. And I haven't seen much outside of the trailer, but this is one again that had Wellgo not gotten in on this early, we would have as Utopia. So, Chuck, what do you know about Colony? And is this one you're also going to go see?
Train to Busan is the greatest zombie film ever made. Period. Point blank. Period. It's a masterpiece. I'm done. I'm sold. I'm in. I don't know any. I know it's him. I know it's zombies. I'm in. That's all I needed. I don't need anybody to sell anything more to me. I've seen the trailer and I don't want to see any more. I will go to the theater to see this.
Yeah.
Eric, do you agree? Are you a zombie guy, or is this one you're going to wait on?
I like zombies. I'm not as big on zombies as other people, but I saw the trailer. It's pure chaos. So how could I not go? I just see, people falling from the sky, people getting snatched, things running, growling. I'm there regardless. So, I'm there. You can't go wrong with it. At bare minimum, it'll be pure chaos and I'll have a good time. So.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks like it's going to be a Korean version of World War Z in a way, right? And I think we're all waiting for the next installment of the World War Z franchise from Brad Pitt, where these zombies can run full speed. They're not tiptoeing around. It's not like Walking Dead, where you can just kind of walk around the horde and find your way through the woods and get to the river and wherever you need to go. So yeah, this is going to be an intense one. I'm interested to see what Wellgo does in terms of the scale and scope of that campaign. But this is a film that I think the horror community should be celebrating when it eventually comes out.
Yeah, Wellgo also gives me a lot of faith because the foreign movies that they do pick up are always usually bangers. The U.S. ones are a little bit hit and miss for me, but anything that they pick up that's from overseas is usually something really good. So yeah, I'm in.
And I could be wrong, but I think Wellgo had some involvement in Train to Busan in terms of its distribution back in the day. So that gave them a first look or an early look before I could get my hooks in it from Utopia's side. So another movie that comes out shortly after is Resident Evil. and this is going to be released from Sony on September 18th. This is one that obviously based on the highly popular video game, and there's been a number of Resident Evil films, but this it stands by itself, right? It doesn't have a out of the further tagline to the title. They're just calling it Resident Evil, and that's it. So I think this is going to be the beginning of a whole new vision. But I'd like for Chuck and Eric, if you guys can share more about this, because I know there's been a lot that's been revealed already.
Yeah, I was worried about this film. Usually films that kind of have like a cult following or a huge fan base, I worry when they, try to do something new or out of the box. Why? Because I'm already getting a lot of complaints like, I don't know about this. It doesn't look like the game. It's not supposed to look like it. That's my thing. It's not supposed to look, let the new thing happen. When I saw the trailer, I don't have any concerns anymore. I saw that trailer. It took my breath away. The whole zombies falling off the roof and whatever that thing was in the sewer. And when you look through the door, all the legs and arms, I said, oh yeah, this for me. I'll go see that. This is for me.
He just had a couple double stuffed Oreos, right? That's why he looks like that in the sewer. Watch the trailer and you'll know what I'm talking
Exactly.
about. And for people that have already seen the trailer, you're probably laughing, thinking of other foods. But Chuck, what about you? What are your thoughts on Resident Evil?
I think people just need to let Zach Kreger cook. The fan base, like it's a toxic fan base. I mean, the comments I've gotten under my videos are brutal because people, they want that one-on-one, shot for shot Resident Evil first game remake. But, Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil Biohazard, like they're nothing like the first game, and they were hugely successful and had stories to tell. I have a story for you. So
Okay.
and this is what I'll say about Resident Evil. I was at the Hokum premiere at South by Southwest. Roy Lee is a producer on Hokum. The entire time he sat in front of me and Cody at the Hokum premiere.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that Roy Lee wanted to talk about, now granted, he's at a premiere of a movie that he has money involved in. The only thing that man wanted to talk about was Resident Evil. He could not talk about it. Like he was, and he talked about it with this childlike wonder about a kid that was getting a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas morning. It was such a joy to hear him talk about it. And like after I walked away from that conversation, there was no doubt whatsoever. I think it's going to rip. Like I really do. And there's a lot riding on it because this could finally be the one that gives us an adaptation that just says, hey, we can make a damn good video game adaptation movie, because none of them are really good. Highly anticipated. Yeah. I think I have faith in it. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I hope it's going to be great. And, the other thing that stands out to me as kind of a outsider/insider is Sony basically owns the horror calendar for September. There's no other big releases in September outside of that. So it seems like the other studios think that this is going to be the high demand.
They're staying away from
film.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So one way or another, I think we're all going to see this one. So let's go see it in theaters, right? On October 9th is a horror film from Universal called Other Mommy. And when we put the show sheet together, this was one that I had not heard of at this time. I don't know, Chuck and Eric, if you guys had heard of this one, but it stars Jessica Chastain. It has Arabella Olivia Clarke. It has Rob Savage, Nathan Elston, a handful of other people. And it has James Wan's Atomic Monster producing the film. So this is one that I've not seen much marketing material around, any articles around. But that's why we're having these podcasts, right? Is to talk about these movies and stay ahead of it. So, Chuck, what do you know about Other Mommy?
The story. I mean, listen. The synopsis. The story says about an 8-year-old girl named Bella with a sinister entity attempting to possess her by exploiting her family's problems. Sold. Creepy possessed little kid. Sold. And then you're gonna add the words James Wan to it. Mm-hmm. Listen. It's like hearing Steven Spielberg to me for horror. Like, I don't need to know nothing else. I'm in. Yeah. And hyped for it too, because like I don't know much about it. Like, and this is one that probably I will avoid every single trailer for. Yeah. Like when it comes out, because that's enough for me. I mean, there's just certain names that's like, You got Conjuring, Insidious, Malignant. I mean, listen, the man can cook. So yeah, oh yeah, give me some new James Wan universe. Yep, I'm in.
For sure.
Eric, had you heard of Other
At all, nothing, like zero. I had no clue that this movie even existed. But when he read that synopsis, I said, okay, James Wan, possessed kid. Okay, he knows how to do that. He knows what he's doing. I feel like we're in good hands. So I'm okay. I can show up tomorrow. Just let me know when it drops, man. I'm there. But to answer your question, no, I knew nothing about this movie. And I wonder if that's by design. I don't know if they just haven't started the marketing for this one yet, but I couldn't even find a trailer on it, which was crazy.
Yeah, my guess would be that they'll start inserting the trailer in theaters, probably in front of some of these other movies that we've discussed.
Yes.
Typically, you start your lead time for a big studio release, 3, sometimes 4 months ahead. Sometimes you might show a little clip or a very brief teaser like the original Disclosure Day trailer, just knowing that that's going to pick up a lot of press and hype and things like that. But yeah, the big marketing starts when you can start pre-selling those tickets, right? And so again, there's really nobody else until you get to Clayface, which we're going to talk about in a second. Nothing else playing in October, which is surprising because October's spooky season, right? There's obviously going to be non-horror films that are opening wide that month as well, and a lot of great indie movies. But Other Mommy is kind of a mystery at this point. So
the other thing that stands out real quick about that synopsis is Nathan Elston who did the screenplay. And I don't know if you guys have watched Succession.
Yes.
But Succession is one of the most well-written shows in the history of television. Like, it's brilliant dialogue. Like, that show's phenomenal. And now you're going to get James Wan on a screenplay that, like, that dude wrote. Yeah, I'm all Other Mommy, all in, sold.
Great. Well, let's move on to Clayface from Warner Brothers. So this comes out right before Halloween, so October 23rd. This is going to have a lot of anticipation, a lot of hype, a huge marketing campaign for sure. I don't even know how I would necessarily define this, but for people listening that have not heard of Clayface, Eric, how would you describe this without spoiling?
I would describe this as something that I've been very interested in seeing, and that's superheroes villain being kind of turned into a horror film, and that's what the trailer kind of gave. There were big horror elements in the trailer. Don't know a whole lot about Clayface as a character, but just seeing that trailer in and of itself, I'm interested, man. I want to see more superhero villains be turned into horror movies. Like, I don't know what you guys think about that. I think that would be like, that would be a cool concept.
It's interesting that you say that before, Chuck, you give your take, because I think a lot of people are also enjoying the Boys TV series on Amazon, which is obviously a different take with superheroes gone bad, but more in a comedy and action perspective from Seth Rogen and a lot of creative geniuses over there. And that's going to have its finale, I believe, next week, which also is going to be played in some theaters around the country. So I'm excited for that too. But yeah, I think Clayface comes at a perfect time. And without sharing more, I want to hand it off to you, Chuck, because I know you know a lot about Clayface and the lore behind it.
I'll say the most important 4 words that I could say regarding Clayface, written by Mike Flanagan, end of story. I mean, that's it. I mean, there is no there. And James Watkins made Eden Lake. Like, so you have the director of Eden Lake, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, written by Mike Flanagan, and they're saying that it's a straight up horror movie. Like, it's not a superhero movie. This is their first foray into a straight up horror movie with names like that attached to it. I mean, no, I'm in. And like, I watched that trailer. It did enough for me, but I'm not going to watch any more of it. You know what I mean? Cause I don't want to know and the other writer that co-wrote it with Flanagan, he wrote Drive with, Ryan Gosling, which I think is a modern masterpiece. So like it has the, bare bones of the right people in it. And it's body horror too. Like, I love body horror movies, but like I even like bad body horror movies. So But then my only caveat with my fear for it is it is like DC, like it's attached to a huge comic book franchise, which probably means lots of CGI. So I really hope that is, not too bad, and it is in the trailer, but it still kind of looked good, like when his face melted, like it was fun. It was cool enough for me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about Clayface. They got a lot riding on it for sure. So yeah, we'll see.
And which superhero universe are we in with Clayface? Remind me.
Clayface is DC, so he's like in the Batman world and everything. So I mean, there's a tons of shit that they could tie it into. But Clayface is, and I'm not a big like comic book guy, but I do know Clayface is like the most diabolical villain out of that whole entire war. So they're starting with their big guns. So,
So do you think we'll have a Ben Affleck appearance in this film?
I mean, hot take, best Batman. But anyway,
all right,
it's a super hot take. I love Justice League is good. I don't care what anybody says. I love it.
Yeah, I had a lot of people in my comment section asking, "Are we going to see Batman appear in this one?" I said, "I have no clue. We have to go to theaters and see." So people definitely want to see a Batman appearance in this film. So
I'm curious if they tie it to, if they're going to tie it to anything, it would have to be Matt Reeves. And if they could tie it into that Matt Reeves universe from like the Batman, then I would even be way more interested in it, because that's already fucking dark. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah, it's either going to be great or it's going to be like the worst thing ever. I don't think there's no two ways about it. So we'll see.
All right, let's hope the former. Well, another movie that is coming to theaters in November, this is November 3rd, from Toho Studios, is Godzilla Minus Zero. This is the follow-up to the Godzilla Minus One film that also won an Oscar for special effects. And this is one, again, where, put aside your feeling about, dinosaurs and sci-fi and special effects. This is just a fun movie to go see in theaters. So for me, I'm definitely going to go experience this on an IMAX. I might even be in a position to finally bring my 5-year-old, who will almost be 6 by that time, to see it with me, depending on early reviews of how scary and violent and graphic it is. But this is one I'm definitely going to go see. Chuck, how about you?
There's day one. I mean, Godzilla Minus One is arguably the greatest Godzilla movie ever made. Out of all these years of Godzilla, that movie is incredible. And what they did with the limited amount of money they have, like for the special effects and everything, which is why it won an award. And then on top of that, I have a rabid 11-year-old named River who is a Godzilla nut. So I hear about Godzilla Minus Zero on a daily basis already. Like, it's not even nowhere near November, and that kid's hype level for Godzilla is through the roof. So like, yes, I'm all in on it. And there's no way that the same people that made that first one are going to make a bad movie. Like, it's going to be good.
All right, Eric?
I feel like I'm missing out, man. I have not seen Godzilla Minus One yet.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Really, I'm gonna have to check that one out, man. The last Godzilla film I saw was the Godzilla vs. King Kong. I saw 1 and 2. So, and those were pretty cool. So I'm definitely interested. I just have not gotten around to watch it yet, man. So okay, I'm gonna have to check that one out. I'm gonna have to put that one on my list.
So good.
Yeah.
It's very good, and obviously the special effects are great too. So
right.
it gives you the 2 for 1. If you've got a nice home setup, check it out for sure. I don't know.
And it got Mad Heart too. But you might fuck around and make you cry. It's a
really?
deep flick. It's good, man.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm not a Godzilla guy. When I've seen that, I could care less about Godzilla other than my kid. Like, I watched Skull Island because John Goodman was in it, because I love John Goodman. I didn't watch it for Godzilla. I watched it for John Goodman.
Right.
And, I liked it, but Godzilla Minus One is a whole different animal. It's a good ass movie.
Yeah, I might watch that tonight. Okay, got you.
All right. Last on our list before we go to new parts of our conversation is Werewolf. This is from Focus Features, and this comes out on Christmas Day, December 25th. So, Eric, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on Werewolf?
I have haven't seen anything concerning this movie, but I'm super into werewolves. That's like my thing. So I don't care. It's a werewolf movie. I'm going. I'm gonna be there. So that's all I really have to say about it. Werewolf, you'll catch Eric there. So
I have a bold statement. I
All
think
right.
Werewolf is finally the movie that comes out that sweeps the Oscars for the horror genre. And
Wow.
I think we pay Robert Eggers his due. I don't think the man can miss. I love The Witch. I love Nosferatu. I love The Lighthouse. I love The Northman. Like, the dude has a vision and a style that is unlike anything anybody else did. Now you're going to put him into 18th century brutal werewolves. Yes, please feed it to me. And they're building them everything in the movie practical sets. They're building them huge sets and the creature costumes and everything, like blood, sweat, and tears. Christmas morning, yes, please, yes, yeah. There's not a chance that it's a bad, for one, and for two, there's not a chance that it's probably my favorite horror movie of the year. Like, I just love Eggers. He could do no wrong in my eyes. So,
And I'm rooting for this one because I feel like we get so, like, werewolf movies get so much bad press. Like, it's just it's just horrible. Like,
not good.
yeah, it's bad. So we need one. Like, the werewolf folks out there, we need one. So just please, fingers crossed. Like, let this one be it. Like, I'm rooting for this one, man. I need it to be good.
I think it's going to live up to the hype for sure. And when you're basically an indie label, which Focus Features is, and you're releasing something on Christmas Day, like you're betting big because like you're going up against some heavy hitters around that time of year. That's usually when Disney's putting out another huge Pixar film. That's when Warner Brothers is dropping Mario 10 and all that. So it's like you really need to have a lot of belief in your film to perform theatrically. And so the fact they've already kind of locked in that date specifically means, one, they are going for awards, like you said, Chuck, and two, they're not concerned with what the ticket sales are going to look like. So I think this is going to be a winner on many, many levels. So I'm excited about that. Are there any films that we didn't hit on that you guys know about are coming out that you want to shout out? Thank you for listening. This conversation will continue in the next segment. Make sure to like and subscribe.